Hello everyone and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart and in today's tutorial we're going to have a look at creating this piece of sheet metal work using a forming tool. Any questions that you've got, as always, please feel free to comment below the video. I'll be more than happy to get back to you and hopefully resolve some of the issues that you're facing. The best of luck and let's get started. So I'm going to flip into SolidWorks. I'm going to go to File and New. I'm going to create a new part to start off with and OK. From here we're going to go into our top plane, normal 2, and we're going to sketch a center rectangle. Okay, so from our origin point, left click, move our mouse out and left click, and then smart dimension this up. So we want 200 by 200. Okay, we're going to go to sheet metal and we're going to create a base flange tab. I'm going to put 2mm in here, 0.5 as our K factor bend allowance and 0.5 as our auto relief, and green tick. The next thing we need to do is we need to create a forming tool, and we're going to do this by going and creating a new part. So leave this where it is for the time being, go into File, go into New and New Part. Okay, we're going to go through the same procedure as we just have done for the part. So we're going to go top plane, normal 2, sketch, a center rectangle, and let's give this some smart dimensions. So I want this to be 180 by 180. I'm going to go up to corner rectangle again. In fact, before I do that, I'm actually going to go to Features and Extrude Boss Base. I'm going to extrude this in direction 1 by 10mm. Once that's been extruded, I'm going to click on this face, normal 2, sketch, center rectangle, and sketch from my origin point. And then I'm going to apply some smart dimensions to it, so 75. And then here, let's go 150. And I'm going to extrude this by 15mm. Okay. From here, I'm going to create two things. I'm going to create some fillets, and I'm going to create a draft angle as well, because I'm going to do a little bit of draft analysis on this to see whether this would be an appropriate tool for my my forming tool for my sheet metal. So I'm going to go onto fillet to start off with. I'm going to fillet this edge, so just click on this surface, it's much quicker, by 10mm, green tick. I'm going to fillet again. Okay. To fillet 6mm, like so. Green tick. Okay, I'm going to go up to mold tools here. Okay, this is quite good if you're making a mold. I'm just going to have a look at draft analysis. Okay. Okay, the direction of pull, okay, is going to be on this face. Now, you can see off this draft analysis, if I was to create a mold from this, okay, I'm going to be creating a forming tool, but you can see if I was going to create a mold from this, the positive draft, okay, and the negative draft are fine, okay, to create a mold. What it's saying is here, it requires a draft angle, okay, in the yellow areas, otherwise we might run into a few complications when producing a mold. Okay, so this is something to bear in mind if you're doing a mold for, I don't know, a button or some product that you require a moulding technique in order to produce. So this is just of interest perhaps to some of you designers out there. So I'm just going to click on the cancel button here, and I'm just going to go into sheet metal, and you'll notice this forming tool here. Okay, so I'm going to click on forming tool, and it's asking me what is the stopping face. Okay, the stopping face is going to be this face here, so I'm going to left click on that. We haven't got any faces to remove. Okay, this is if you were maybe putting holes in something. Okay, you could actually place some holes on here, on this side, and you would click on these, all right, in order to remove these from your metal part. We've only got a stopping face, so we're going to green tick, and this is the important bit now. Okay, we have to save this, all right, as a forming tool. Now, in your design library, okay, I'm just going to remove these from here. I'm just going to right click and delete the ones that I've got in here. Okay, inside your design library you will have a section to create forming tools. Now mine's done off my desktop. Okay, there are some video tutorials out there that say to do it in C drive, program files, Solidworks and forming tools. Okay, I just keep mine on my desktop. If you want to create this forming tools, it's quite easy to do. I'm just going to delete mine. Okay, I'm going to remove it. Yes. The way that you create that folder is here where you've got add file location. I'm just going to click on that. Okay, go to my desktop, and you can see on my desktop I've got forming tools. Okay, here. If I select that now and go OK, forming tools now appears in my design library. We'll come back to this in a little while. Okay, so if you want to create this, that's the way to do it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to go to my desktop, to my forming tools, and change my Save As type to Form Tool. Let's just name this Solidworks Station Forming Tool 1. Okay, and save. Perfect. I'm actually going to save this as a part as well, so save as. Let's go to desktop, Solidworks Station parts, and I'm just going to type in Solidworks Station Forming Tool 1. Okay, and save. Now, let's go to Window up here at the top, and let's go back to our part. Remember how we produced this 200 by 200 by 2mm thick piece of sheet metal? Okay, so now's the time that we're going to place in our forming tool to get our design. So we're going to go back into Design Library, and notice now how I've clicked on Forming Tools, and I've got the Solidworks Station Forming Tool 1 that has appeared here. We're going to get this and we're going to drag it onto our sheet of metal. Now if you press the tab button as you're doing that, it will flip it from one side to the other. We want it this side. Okay, so we're going to push this into our sheet of metal. So I'm just going to let go. Okay. However, don't press the green tick. We need to go to position first and position this mold. So Control 8 on your keyboard will do a normal to view. We're going to go to Smart Dimension, and we're going to say from the center of this mold to the outside is going to be 100mm. And from the center of our mold to the edge is going to be 100. Apologies, I keep saying mold there. It should be forming tool. So once we've got our smart dimensions in, 100 by 100, it knows exactly where this forming tool is going to be placed, and we'll see when we press the green tick how this forming tool actually manipulates the sheet of metal underneath it. So green tick again, Control 7 on your keyboard, and you can see that that forming tool has pushed that metal in and produced quite a nice shape. Okay. From here, if you wanted to, you could go into your sheet metal. You could click on this face, for example. Go normal 2. You could go and sketch maybe some circles. And let's give this diameter. Okay. Let's do a linear pattern of that actually. So we're going to go to linear pattern. Entities to pattern. Let's pattern this circle. None in the x-axis, so we're just going to replace that with a 1 there, and in the y direction let's see if we can get 5 in there. Reverse direction. Let's move this out. Spacings, let's go 20. Something like that, let's say, and green tick. And then we could go into sheet metal, extruded cut, through all, green tick. Okay, and we could repeat that on the other side by going into features and going into mirror. We want to mirror it around the right plane, and features to mirror. Okay, just left click on our original circle, our seed. As it's known in Solidworks, the seed is the original circle that we drew, and green tick. Control 7 on your keyboard, and there we have it. That's been a video tutorial from Solidworks Station. My name's been Stuart, and today we've looked at sheet metal, how to create a forming tool, how to look at draft analysis if we was to create a mould tool. We've also looked at how to manipulate the sheet still further by using a linear sketch pattern and an extruded cut command in the sheet metal tab. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you found it useful. Any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. As always, more than happy to get back to you and hopefully resolve some of your issues. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Many thanks for listening, and see you all soon. Goodbye.